I'm Maryann Monte. I'm a 30-plus year resident of Pike County. I raised my two children here, the best decision I've ever made. Unfortunately, they had to leave the area because you just don't have the jobs here. But that stimulated me to make up my time in other ways, and that was to volunteer in the community. I am, among other things, the chair of the Milford Enchantment Committee. 20 years ago, Dick Snyder, the late Dick Snyder, decided to put together a group who would work to develop public confidence and develop the resources to restore the streetscape in Milford. It had a two-point project, obviously for beautification, but more importantly, to attract pedestrian traffic to the commercial district of the borough so that it would enhance our businesses. 20 years ago, Dick asked me to be his Main Street manager, or the person responsible for being sure that the contractors were doing everything as they were supposed to do. So for 20 years, I've in essence been the general contractor for all the streetscape improvements in the borough. I love giving back to my community. I love the results. I love seeing results. I love to see how it's impacted. About 10, 15 years ago, the local Rotary Club did a project and they found that the pedestrian and traffic in Milford had actually increased by almost 30% after we restored the streetscape in an area. Additionally, one of our local realtors, Dave Chant, commissioned an evaluation of the properties, and he found that the commercial properties in the district increased by 7% because of the increased streetscape. So I'm a results-oriented type person. I do it because I enjoy it, but I also do it because I could boast about the results we're achieving. My husband and I are from before Milford, Cranford, New Jersey. My mom had bought a house in Dingman's Ferry, and we loved coming to the Milford area and absolutely loved Milford. Well, my family dictated that I was no longer going to be a working woman, and I left my job in Manhattan. I was with the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District, and we decided to move to Milford just because we loved it. We loved the Norman Rockwell appeal of it, the good, clean life for our children, and it's just our kind of town, so we built a home here 31 years ago. The changes in the community over the years, a lot of them have been good and a lot of them have been bad. We have so many second home people now living in Milford, so they have no buy-in to the actual community. They come up here on weekends, so they're not part of groups like the Milford Enhancement Committee or the Historic Preservation Trust or the Foundation. All these groups making a difference. I think we're starting to see that turn around though, because we have a lot of young couples beginning to appreciate what I appreciated 31 years ago and are moving here to either raise their families or start a family. Okay, well, we received 2 years ago a $514,000 grant from PennDOT, and we're using it to complete the streetscape on West Hartford Street, 6th to 9th. This portion of West Hartford Street where we're sitting right now really has no defined streetscape. There's dirt paths, some paving stones, but nothing really defined. So we will be putting the same treatment in this area of imprinted concrete sidewalks, a grass verge, pedestrian lights, some planting areas, hoping that we will draw more pedestrian traffic to this end of the town. When we finish this project, we would have completed 95% of the commercial district in the borough. Our last major project will be what we call the Northern Triangle. That's the area leaving the town towards Bennett Avenue. The 3-lane begins at George Street when it's really still inside the borough. So what we have proposed to PennDOT is that we collapse the 3-lane to just 2 lanes from George Street to Bennett Avenue, install sidewalks, parking, pedestrian lighting, and also transform the area behind the Shell station and in front of the Lindsay property into a park-like setting, and also connect with the property that the county has purchased for a park on the river. The problem is, at last estimate, that was a $4 to $5 million project. So what's next for the Milford Enhancement Committee is raising money. The only thing I'd like to say, number one, is publicly thank the community that has supported us over all these years, and also to emphasize that we have not spent $1 of taxpayer money. All of our projects, which to date have been in sum over $6 million, have either come through grants or private contributions. So we've done all this for our community without costing the community a thing. In fact, as our name says, we've enhanced the community because of it. Visit our website, www.milfordenhancement.com. We have a regular monthly meeting the first Wednesday of the month at 5:30. My email address is mamonte1@hotmail.com. If you have any interest in helping us with fundraising on our projects with our annual fundraiser, our welcome party, which is held in June of every month, you could shoot me an email and be sure we'll find something for you to do.